What's going on, my people on YouTube and the internet? This is Mo, the Mexican redneck. Anyway, I don't have my cap on, but my cowboy hat. I got out, outside. Don't want to get it out here dirty. Weather's nasty. Not that nasty, but got wind, all that. Anyway, alright, I am getting to something that I found a couple of months ago. I've been working on trimmers for about a year or two. Trimmers, weeders, blowers, chainsaws, lawnmowers, and I found this little miracle item that I love now. I absolutely love it. The reason I love this thing is because it helps me on situations where you might need to buy a new motor. End up you don't have to buy a new motor. So let's get started here. So this is it. This is the Marvel Mystery Oil. And folks, you could see it works for 2cycle and 4cycle. You could also use it in diesel, but you could see it works for dirt bikes, farm trucks, chainsaws, airplanes, boats, big rigs, and regular cars. Your everyday motors, huh? Well, let me show you what it does. Got these trimmers, these weed eaters, from a buddy. He did the mistake. He just put gas in both of them. He didn't mix it. He switched up the gas tanks. He didn't know that, so he locked both of them up. So what I did is I put it in both of them. This one, it had a little burn on the side of the piston, so it was just gone. This one was already roached. He ran it too hard and he roached that motor. This one, it went out when he first started it, so it had carburetor problems, so he kind of saved it when that happened, that it had carburetor problems. But I got another video on that I just loaded. How to clean the carburetors. You can see this one's nice and shiny. But anyway, so yeah, this one got roached. Didn't work. I have a lawnmower down there that I also saved with this stuff. And so what I did is I poured it right where the spark plug goes in, right? Poured it all in there, put the spark plug back, let it set for a couple of days. What I did then also is I took off the pulley, the starter pulley, and where it shows a mechanism in there, and I just next day what I did with a rubber mallet and some other materials that were rubber, put it right in here, tap it a couple of times, give it some taps, get it working in there. And right here in the inside the echo, right here, the starting mechanism, what I did is when I took this off, I put some vice grips on it to turn it, help turn it back and forth, work it, while I tap up here inside of the hole where the spark plug goes in there. And by golly, it unlocked. And so when that happened, I took off the top, the cylinder bore up here. I took this off right here, took the whole thing apart, looked in there, but out of all the luck, I was good. The cylinder was very good in shape. Not much wear on it at all. It was pretty great for the age that it's in. So what I did is I just put it all back together. This mystery oil, and I'll tell you what, throw this one down. Pretty much just used for parts, but yeah, that mystery oil. So I add this to my fuel. I just put a little bit in there. Just very little. I put it in all my fuels. I put it in my car. That's how much I trust this stuff. I put it in my daily driver. I only put it every 4 months. I'll put a little bit with my fuel. I'll fill up my tank and put a little bit in there. Now a little bit, I say about that much about it. But yeah. So I'll put that. Sorry for the shoddy craftsmanship on the camera, but I'm using my phone. I'm barely loading all these videos up, when I get this started. But yeah, after I did a carb kit to this thing, cleaned it up, put it on there, and she starts just like that. So I got myself another trimmer. I'm not gonna keep it. I'm probably just gonna end up selling it. But I got a lot of other machinery. If you ever lock up a motor like that, that's the thing to do, is use this Marvel mystery oil. I'm not getting paid for any of this. Yeah, I'm not getting any money out of this. It's my own money that I'm using on all of these equipment that I am working on. I work on 2 cycles, 4 cycles, lawnmowers, riding lawnmowers, chainsaws, weed eaters. I work on all that. My dad does landscaping, so I was always fixing his equipment. So now what I do is I work on equipment for a living. Gets pretty slow, but doesn't everything. But other than that, yeah, man, use that Marvel mystery oil. You will help you out and a bind. And you gotta leave it in there for at least a day. It's better. You could leave it in there for a couple hours, but it's better. I find it better if you leave it in there for a day. It really soaks up into those metals, and it's not hard just taking all these spark plugs. Hopefully you got a tool that take it all, the specialty tool. If not, you run yourself down to Lowe's or the Home Depot, and they sell these specialty tools to take these spark plugs out with. So you don't got to be going through all your tools and all that, looking for that one tool to take this spark plug off. You just get that specialty tool, and it'll help you out in a bind. I don't have it with me. It's in my shed. I don't want to go look through all my tools to get that thing, but yeah, that little thing will help you out get the spark plugs out, and it fits for most spark plugs on these little, these little 2-cycle engines. So, but other than that, that's what I am talking about today. This Marvel mystery oil. It really does the job. So, I'm not getting endorsed by them or anything like that, but it also tells you that in fuel, oil, 4-cycle, 2-cycle. There you go. Tells you the measurements. If not, you could look it up online. This is the stuff to use, people. This is the stuff. You lock up your little 2 cycles or 4 cycles. This will help you out on the bike. Now, I don't give you any promises, because I've had some where it doesn't help me all the time. Sometimes the motors are just too burnt out. But this is worth spending just $4.50 or wherever you're at, like $4, $5, then replacing a good $80, $90 part, plus the labor that we charge to work on them. So you go anywhere from like $90 to about $150 plus, depending on what part you need to replace when you lock up a motor. So this $4 or 100 and something, you'll be the judge on that. But hey, this is Mo, Mexican Redneck, coming to you live from Texas. Well, not live, but and that mystery oil, it does the job. Oh, y'all have a good day, and I am out, people.